Okay, what's up, people? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everyone is doing well. As always, guys, if you're enjoying the content, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It does really help out the channel, helps the content. And of course, make sure you do hit the bell so you don't miss on any streams or uploads in the future. But guys, welcome back to another stream. Hope everyone is well this Thursday morning. Good morning, Will. Welcome to the stream. Good morning, OP. Welcome. Yeah, excuse the noise. My chair wasn't playing ball. So yeah, and my mic was still on as well. What's up, Tom? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Roadway, welcome to the stream. Hope you're good. Good morning. So yeah, I've been done very I've been unfortunate with Euro USD. Been very unfortunate. This one just tagged me out with a trade actually during the night, to be honest. Yeah, it was after I went to bed. I just got taken out the trade. Unfortunately, trailed my stop loss just underneath that low. I did it on the stream yesterday after we had that original big burst to the upside with the news. Then, of course, with the press conference, everything turned around, was very bearish for a few hours. And that just about took my stop loss, my trailed stop loss out basically to the pit. And then once it triggered that, it decided it wants to be bullish again. And now it's looking really bullish. And now it's continuing in my expected direction. So unfortunately, I have been taking out the trade for a small win. I can't complain. Profit's profit at the end of the day. But of course, I would like to have still been in the trades. And I still do expect Euro USD to push higher. So unfortunately, I have been taking out the trade there. Yeah, that's just trading for you, unfortunately. Again, I was happy with how I trailed it. There was more than enough room to play with. It's just one of those trades where it just kind of wants to take you out of the market, whatever you do, and then goes in your direction. It's one of those trades, which of course never fun to go through, but that's the reality of trading, unfortunately. So I have to stomach this one, but Euro is looking really bullish and DXY is looking pretty bearish. It hasn't broken through that level though. And that's why I said yesterday on the stream as well, the not NFP stream, the Fed interest rate stream. We had this huge bearish candle which pulled back and closed above the level of support. And that was my my worry. I said if we can get a close below, it should look good. And we probably would expect price just to continue. But it pulled back, closed above the level, and that was a big red flag. And then, of course, with the press conference, everything just pushed up quite aggressively. But it looks like all of that is just turned around this morning. So the bearish bias I have is still intact. I'm still looking for us to come back down to this low. Again, my bias comes from technical analysis. Of course, fundamentals will play their part, but the technicals do line up to the downside. So I'm still looking for a move back into that low. And I'm still expecting the support to break, but we will see. We will see. I mean, at the moment anyway, USD is definitely very weak. Euro's up, pounds up, New Zealand dollar's up, USD CAD's down, dollar CHF is down to some degree, Aussie's up, gold is up as well, silver's up. So yeah, dollar's looking pretty weak across the board here, but it's got a big level to contend with now, which, yeah, did not break yesterday, unfortunately. Okay, where were we? Good morning, Kayvon. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Almost blew your account this morning. Damn, what was that? Was it because of the USD? The USD pairs moving. Which market were you trading? Will, that's also the reason for early close on GBP USD for me. Made sense, of course. If you're going to close, trade because of a high impact news event, of course, it's a very, very sensible decision. Sometimes news will go for you, sometimes will go against you. The best thing to do in terms of managing your risk and keeping yourself stress-free is just to close the trade. So yeah, very sensible decision, to be honest. And pound USD was affected big time with the news as well. Big wick to the upside, big push down. It did hold this area. Now it's looking really bullish, but that was back and forth as well. And I know that definitely did take out a few traders up and down. That's the thing with the news as well. Even if you're in the right direction, it can still punish you, which is why it's just not attractive to trade the news, solely, to focus solely on the news and trade that alone. It's always, especially the big ones anyway, it's always a difficult thing to do because sometimes even when you're in the right direction, like in my instance, if you're a USD, I was in the right direction. My entry is all the way back down here. I trail my stop loss here. I was still in the firing line, and now price is moving my direction. So anyone trading in this area would have been done. Whether you were bullish or bearish, it had no relevance really, because if you were bullish, great, the market moved in your direction, instantly. But then if you didn't take profits, it would have punished you there. And if you sold, you would have been taken out of the market there. And even if you got back into the sell, you'd be in some profit, and then price comes back and takes you out of the market. So if you were trading anywhere in here, it was always going to be a difficult thing to do. So that's why it's not advisable to just go and trade the news alone. Although I would have hit my full trade. Yeah, I mean, that's the hindsight. The hindsight's understanding of what happens, once you've looked back and say, okay, yeah, price would have hit my take profit, would have hit my stop loss, etc. All of that information isn't really that important, really, as long as you made the correct decision at the time based on the information you had. Of course, was it the right decision to close the trade? And of course, you don't want to let the hindsight come in too much, because in another alternate universe, pound USD would have tanked yesterday, and you'd have been patting yourself in the back because you just you dodged a bullet. In this instance, pound USD was bullish and went to hit your full take profit. So you don't want to read too much into that, because it's a slippery slope. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. It's about what the decision you made, and was it off good merit. Want to get your thoughts today's unemployment claims. I haven't actually looked at the news for today, to be honest. I've just been focused on the Fed yesterday. I have no idea what's going on for the rest of the week, apart from JPY inflation on Friday. I did make a mental note of that. What's up, Ryan? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're good. I'm doing good, my man. You still at work? Haven't left yet? Okay. Thursday. Oh, I forgot about that. We've got Bank of England interest rate decision at 12 today. So it looks like we'll see 2 interest rates in the space of 24 hours on the stream, because that'll be 12. That's more or less when I end the stream. So we'll probably hang around a few extra minutes to see what happens there with pound. But rates are expected to stay the same with pounds. 5%. Previous consensus is still 5%. So if it does come out as 5% again, probably going to not see too much. Just going to be another stalemate, unless maybe rates cut and then things get interesting there for pound. But yeah, we do have the Bank of England interest rates in about an hour and 43 minutes. So definitely keep an eye on that. And then we got jobless claims at 1:30 today for USD. Existing home sales at 3 o'clock today as well. Japanese inflation rate. Ooh, I missed that. The Bank of Japan interest rate decision. That's at 5 a.m. in the morning on Friday. I missed that, actually. I spotted the inflation rate, but I don't know why I missed the interest rate decision. So yeah, yen interest rate on Friday as well. So that's going to be an interesting one too. And I'm looking to short the yen pairs. Not in a short yet, but I'm looking to get into a short. And then some CAD news in the afternoon. So yeah, with the news, again, I'm a very technical trader, as I keep saying, so I don't really look to the news for guidance. But definitely with the interest rate decisions, they can definitely impact the currencies quite heavily. And depending what the result of these events are, I'll definitely keep an eye on it. But my goal really is just to trade my plan and trade the setups I'm eyeing up, because these are the same setups been eyeing up for the past couple of weeks. That's one of the benefits of swing trading, is that my setups I can see well into the future, and I'm kind of just waiting for price to come to me. So with the yen pairs, I've been eyeing up some shorts with these guys for a while. So now that they are looking pretty bullish, I'm looking for some opportunities to short them, kind of whatever the rates are really with yen, as long as it gives me a good setup, that is, of course. But yeah, we do have Bank of England today. I'm not really looking at any pound pairs at the moment. Yeah, apart from pound yen. Okay, where were we? We're scalping the retracement in pound yen. How greedy? Oh wow. Yeah, pound yen is definitely unforgiving, especially if you're not risk managed with pound yen, because there's so many pips there. So even a smaller lot size in pound yen can still be a heavy hitter, because there's just pips galore there. So you need to watch out for that. Oil still teasing. Okay, we'll go take a look at oil as well. The daily grind, yep, slept a little, but here we are. Isn't that the truth? Here we are. Definitely need to ask for a pay rise there, Ryan. No, I haven't looked at GJ yet. I will go take a look at pound yen. It's another yen pair which I'm interested in trading. As I just said, I'm pretty bearish on the yen pairs, and they've been pretty bullish this morning over the past few days. which is good because I've been looking for them to retrace. So this is part of the plan. Although the first area I was looking to short pound yen is this area here around 189. It looks to be that the market's trying to break through that. So, I mean, that's not such a dilemma because, as I said yesterday as well, as long as price stays below this high here, I will retain that bearish bias. So I'll still be looking at shorts. It just may not happen at this first level. We may push a little bit higher, maybe to 191, 192 before I do get the shorts in. But I'm looking for sales for pound yen. Maybe if we do recover this level and see a nice big bearish engulfing candle on the 4 hour, that could be my entry trigger. But I am looking for the lower high. If I whip out the Fibonacci from the high to the low, let me make sure that we can all see it. You can see we've come into the. You can see that we've come into the 0.5, 0.618. So now we're into that healthy pullback territory. So now I'm looking for my price action, looking for my entry signals to see if I can get the entry. At the moment, if we keep pushing, then the next area I'm looking at, as I said, is like that 192 area. But I'm looking for a big lower high on pound yen. I do still expect us to make a move all the way back down here to 180. So pound yen shorts to me still look A1. Just need to find the entry. It may even be back at the high there, which is around the 192 area. But yeah, definitely looking very, very bullish at the moment. So nothing for me to do in terms of getting involved with a trade because candlesticks still look pretty bullish to me. But when I see some signs of reversal, if we come back below this level here at 189, or if we push high to 192, is when I'll start to look to find my entries. Same with a lot of these pairs. Swiss yen I like as well, but that one's still looking pretty bullish. This one's come back into a nice area of resistance here at 169. Again, if I see a nice rejection here, nice bearish engulfing, I will not be afraid to pull the trigger, stops above the high, see if I can catch that next lower high, and then move back down into 163, 158. I do have a lot of downside targets for Swiss yen in particular. But yeah, got to stay patient here. The yen pairs are looking pretty bullish, and for all I know, they could still push to the upside for a couple more days before they do sell off. So maybe I get the sells next week. But they're in some bearish territory now, so I'm interested. And again, I'm not looking to trade them all. I'm just going to see which one gives me the better trade. But yeah, I like it. Euro yen looks good as well, coming back into this low here. Should we get a retest there? That would interest me as well. It just depends which one looks the best, which one gives me the best entry, which all looks the best. And now with the one I trade, but I like pound yen to the downside as well. I'll have a look at oil. Check out USD CAD as well. No problem. OP will take a look. So, Will, you said oil's looking good, and yeah, it is. Wow, big push up. I haven't looked at oil since yesterday, and yesterday we were kind of bleeding to the downside a little bit. We're trading around here. I think it was it this candle? I think it was. We were looking very bearish at the time, and now we've respected support pretty well, and we're looking pretty bullish. So it does look like that 71.7, 72 area is going to be hit. And if so, that could give some nice entry signals for some shorts to take oil lower. So in my book, I'll be gearing up for some shorts. I don't trade oil, but if I was, this is the area we would be looking to short. We've got the prior lower highs over here, 1, 2, 3. Looking for the fourth in that area and the continuation back into the low. That would be the plan. I think, Will, you're looking for something similar as well. So yeah, I like the oil. I like oil a lot. Just see how price reacts. Of course, nothing's 100%. We could definitely break straight through this area. So we need to see some evidence that price is struggling to break and we're seeing some rejection. Then after that, the entries could look good. Stops above the high. And then let's see if we can get a swing back to the low. So yeah, oil is looking good. Oil is looking good. I'll go through USD CAD. Pavinator, what's up? I'm doing good, my man. Hope you're well. Happy Thursday to you too. Aussie dollar is flying correct. Aussie dollar is looking pretty bullish. USD is weak, so yeah, all those majors are having some fun right now. Are you trading Aussie dollar at the moment, or I've done a sell action for that, and I'm kicking myself in the head now, taking too many risks? Okay, now answer my question. Yeah, I mean, again, you're not going to be right at every trade. Just because you took a sell and it didn't play out doesn't necessarily mean you did wrong, you did bad. Again, some trades are just supposed to fail, supposed to hit the stop loss, and that's completely fine. As long as you took it on good merit, took it on good reason, and not just spontaneously to the short, then of course, if that's the case, then yeah, you can kick yourself on the head. But if it was a good short on paper, it just didn't play out, then of course, it's got to charge it to the game at that point. But I'll take a look at Aussie dollar, but you're definitely correct. It is pushing hard. Roadway, power dimension that Fed's attention. What's going employment sectors? What are the chances that employment claims to go lower, especially with the rate cut in play? I don't know the answer to that question, my friend. I do not know the answer to that question. If I could help you, I would answer that, but I have no idea the answer to that question. Again, for me, the only important thing is the price action, how price reacts to those news. Then I can plot my opportunities. In terms of USD CAD, and then we'll go through Aussie dollar. So in terms of USD CAD, yeah, this one's looking really bearish, and I'll actually like the price action a lot of USD CAD. We were discussing USD CAD yesterday quite a lot on the stream, and I said that you can get into some shorts now, but you do run the risk of getting stopped out. And if you did take a stop loss above the high, you probably would have got stopped out unless you gave yourself a lot of room, which, yeah, I don't see many people doing, but maybe they did. But yeah, stops above the high, you would have got taken out. But the thing is, even if you did get wicked out, there was a nice re-entry. And now you're sitting in profit and you probably made back your loss. And if it keeps going back to the low, you'll make back the loss plus a lot more as well. So that was my point yesterday. I was talking a lot about USD CAD, and I said it's ranging, price action not looking too good. We've got the Fed interest rate in the evening. It's probably best to wait after the news. But if you want to enter now and put your stops above the high, you can do. But if you do get stopped out, look for that re-entry. Because a lot of people get stopped out and they just kind of go off somewhere and they don't follow up on the move. Just because you do get wigged out doesn't mean you were necessarily wrong in the trade or wrong in the direction. It just means you maybe entered a bit too early in context with the market, but the move you're after still very much could play out. So if you do get wigged out and price comes straight back in, don't be afraid to get back into the trade if everything is still valid, of course. And yeah, that's playing out pretty well now. So I think the next best opportunity with dollar CAD would be the correction for a retest and then a push back to the low. That would be my next expectation with now with dollar CAD, because the key thing is that we are rejecting this level here, crazy resistance down the left with support there. Now again holding resistance. It'll be interesting to see how this daily candle does close, because at the moment it's looking really, really bearish. Lovely wick to the upside, because that would have stopped out a lot of traders, and now we're seeing a lot of that momentum follow through. So of course we still got 11 hours left before that daily candle does close. So a lot can happen in that time. But if we can close somewhat to how we're looking right now, then I'll be expecting price to push back into the low, which is around 1.345. So yeah, dollar CAD's really bearish, looking good, expecting more downside, still very bearish in USD. So expecting that to keep falling and that to keep dragging USD CAD down with it. So if you can find some retests there that look good, I think intraday, that looks like a nice opportunity, and some shorts back to the low could be a really nice trade there. Could be a really nice trade. So yeah, that's kind of my take on dollar CAD. We'll go take a look at Aussie dollar as well. Okay, so that's your entry 0.672, take profit 0.67, and didn't put in a stop loss. Oh, Brave man, brave man. Ryan, oil and gold moving correlation usually. Do you think, Nico, when one is up, another as well, etc.? Oil. I mean, I don't really monitor oil like that, so yeah, I don't really follow oil like that. The only time I look at oil is on the stream. Gold, I actually do trade as part of my watch list, so I look at it regularly. And I look for opportunities there regularly. But I don't really look. I don't really look at oil in my spare time. The only time I look at oil is during the streams because I don't trade it myself. So I haven't really noticed a correlation between gold and oil. There probably is one. There probably is one, but not one that that I focused on a lot. I mean, in terms of the basic overview, the idea is that if gold is up um, and we're seeing kind of risk risk go from the USD to gold, then you should see commodities be up as well. So you would expect oil to be up, metals to be up as well. So based on that kind of overview, I would guess so that oil and oil would be correlated positively. But yeah, I don't really monitor it like that, so I can't say that from my experience. But I would guess so. Okay, let me go take a look at that Aussie dollar position. How come you didn't put a stop loss in, Pavinator? Do you not normally trade with one, or you just feeling a little bit confident today? Okay, so entry 0.67264, 67. Okay, it was quite far down. 67264 is around here, roughly, and take profit 67059. Oh, so you were looking for a little move there. So that was your entry and that was your stop loss. I mean, that was your entry and that was your target. Are you still currently in the trade, Pavinator? You still currently in the trade? Because the risk reward's not looking that great anymore. Because if that was your entry and that was your target, and then price is there, yeah, I think you should cut your losses if you're still in the trade, of course. If you've already cut your losses, then good. But again, not every trade is going to play out. Not every trade is going to play out. You know, some trades you'd be completely in the wrong direction. You know, I'm sometimes completely in the wrong direction. So yeah, sometimes you just got to cut your losses and move on. And yeah, Aussie dollar's looking pretty bullish right now. Not really seeing much signs of slowing down, especially if USD keeps up that strength. I mean, I'll be expecting Aussie dollar to at least get back to this high on the left here at 0.6686, 685. So I would still be expecting some more upside for Aussie dollar back to that high. And then maybe from there, we might see a bounce. So that could be another place to consider some shorts. If you still have that bearish bias, this might be your next best place for a sell. But yeah, I'll still expect us to keep pushing at least till then. And then maybe we might see some downside. But yeah, if you're still in the position, I'll just cut the losses. I know it's difficult, but there's no glory in holding onto the position really, because it's well and truly not played out. And there's no shame in that as well. And Keba, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Welcome. What's up? In Dumiso. I think I say your name different ways every time I say it. I'm not good with names, as a lot of people on the stream know. So my apologies. But welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Yeah, dollar CAD is moving now. Okay, pound yen, we'll take a look at two. Okay, trade gold always, but started noticing this correlation, by the way, and oil in recent days. Yeah, on paper, it should be correlated positively. I wonder how closely, though, because you've got positive correlated markets like, for example, Euro USD and gold, but I wouldn't say their correlation is very, very high, because sometimes gold ignores what USD is doing and just be bullish or bearish anyway. So there is definitely a bias, a correlation between gold and euro, because of course when dollar's weak, most of the time expecting gold to be up and euro to be up as well. But then I would say the correlation is probably like 70% between euro and gold. And like euro and CAD, euro USD and euro CAD will have a positive correlation as well. But I would say that correlation is like 60%. So I wonder how strong the correlation is. What's up, Ben? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Captain commands it. Okay, I'll take a look at Aussie yen. We'll go through pound yen, Aussie yen. We'll go through a couple of yen pairs together. UJ volatility been crazy. Got long last night, went 200 pips in profit, round tripped almost all of it. Just missed my break even. Stocks now back in 100 pips of profit. Wow. Yeah, because of course USD was doing backflips yesterday, and I think yen pairs are just flying high right now. So yen is pretty weak. So yeah, dollar yen's kind of done the madness there. Big push down, looking bullish, push back down again. Interesting. But yeah, you got into long. Nice. It's looking pretty bullish. Do you have certain targets for dollar yen? How far are you looking to take it? I think there is a lot of upside potential really with dollar yen because we're back at this low here. So I think the market can bounce. I'm still pretty bearish long term, so I'm still favoring this move, but I do think we can see some upside and retrace some of that bearish momentum. So I do like dollar yen to the upside. I will take a look at Aussie yen and pound yen as well. Pound was to look for something for the retracement and then go for long. Oh, okay. But in doing that, I forgot to put a stop loss down. Yeah, that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, stuff like that does happen. To be fair, you just forget to put stop loss. You forget it, write it in. We are human, so we do make silly mistakes like that. But that's the thing about trading. Like silly mistakes can definitely punish you. Yeah, can definitely punish you. So again, there's nothing more to it than a mistake. You just got to make sure that you stay on top of that because it can really punish you. But yeah, it happens. It happens sometimes. Good morning, Karis. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. No way, I said it precisely correct. Damn. Well, you're one of the few that I do get correct. So that is good to hear. Progress. I'm looking for the target midpoint of August range at 145.5, but dollar looks weak though, so we'll see. Okay, yeah, that's the only kind of conundrum there, dilemma with dollar yen. Why isn't deleting? There we go. That's the only thing with dollar yen because dollar is still pretty weak, but it just looks like yen is just weaker. So it's just how long can yen keep up that weakness whilst USD is still falling? Because if you look at the other yen pairs, they've had a lot more joy to the upside. Euro yen's looking pretty bullish. Pound yen looking pretty bullish as well. CAD yen, Aussie yen, Swiss yen as well. So dollar yen hasn't moved as much because of the USD weakness, but it may catch up. It depends what USD does in the support level. So we're coming back into 100.5 here. I do think USD's got more downside to it, but it may want to bounce there again. And that could definitely help out your USD longs. If we do go and bounce through here and see some upside, that will definitely help out dollar yen longs there. But I like it. I like it. Back to the low end of the channel, we bounced. So now we're expecting price to push to the higher end of the channel, the upper end of the channel, and look to see if we can put that third lower high in or break out. So that's kind of where the make or break area for me for dollar yen would be. Would we respect the area and push down, or do you break through and have a big breakout? That's where it will be pivotal. But for now, I do think there's more upside for dollar yen. To be honest, I do think there's more upside. So congrats on the trade, Ben. Looking good. Looking good. Let me go through CAD, through Aussie yen and pound yen before I forget. So Aussie yen, another pair, which again, I'm looking to short, which looks like it might be breaking through my area. I want to say might because it looks like it is breaking, but I need some candle closures to really confirm it. But this was the level I said probably a couple of weeks ago now that if Aussie yen does pull back to, I will look to short from. Again, I will wait for my candlestick patterns before I enter. I don't just enter straight away. And I can tell you now that the market's still looking really bullish. No real sign that the market's about to turn yet. So no entry for me. And if it does break out to the upside, I will look for some opportunities at this area here, which is around the 99 mark. As long as Aussie yen doesn't take out this high, I will still retain that bearish bias. I'm still looking for us to sell off. So we could even push all the way back to the high, and I'll still look for an opportunity to take it back down because I do see this as a longer term swing. But for now, it looks like Aussie yen is breaking through this. So if it does keep that up and starts pushing up higher, great. I'll look to see what we can do at 99 and then 100 pretty much. But the plan is for Aussie yen, this move here is what I'm interested in. So I'm just staying patient and waiting for the market to give me that opportunity. In terms of pound yen, looking for the similar situation as well, similar move, looking for a push down, but looks like price is breaking above it. So if that's the case, looking around 192 for my next area of interest. And if that doesn't hold, I will look at the high over here, around 193.5 for a sell. So again, with these yen pairs, I'm looking for the same thing across the board, looking for that lower high. I could be wrong, but I'm going to make sure I give the sells their respect, take the shorts where I need to be. If the market does eventually go and break through the high, I'll stand corrected and reanalyze and go again. But for now, I'm looking for that big swing to the downside. It doesn't look like it's going to happen at this level now, so 192 might be the next best bet. I'll see what type of candlestick development we get there. Wicks, bearish engulfing candles, I'll look out for that. If it doesn't happen, then I'll see what happens at the high. But yeah, I'm looking for this. So yeah, probably more of a trade for next week, but it's in the making. It's in the making. All right, no problem. We'll have a good one. Take care. Take care. Okay, I've definitely missed out some pairs. If I have missed out a pair, let me know. Drop it down in the chat again, and I'll go through. Yep, still in the trade. Damn. What's the plan with the trade, Havinator? Are you just going to hold out until maybe it reverses back in your direction, or? Okay, so you're looking for dollar yen to push into 145.5. Where is that? 145.5. Okay, that's more or less around here, which is not far off where I'm expecting us to get into, which is the up end of the channel. So I do think we can push into that area. So yeah, I am looking for dollar yen to push up for that next big lower high and then the drop. That is what I'm after. So hopefully for your sake and for mine, we do see dollar yen keep pushing because I'm looking for the shorts. Gold and Keba. Okay, we'll take a look. Okay, you took a sell on gold. That is brave. I'll give you that. 25.921. That should take profit. Okay, I'll go take a look at that. What's up, Kiranax? Kiranax, welcome to the stream. Good morning. Good morning. Ben, are you still in Euro longs? Unfortunately, no. Market seems very unsure what to make of last night's news. Yeah, it did me dirty. I'm not gonna lie. Euro USD was looking really good, and then unfortunately, it just took me out the trade by the pit. So after we had the original news release at 7, we had a big push to the upside. Price was trading all the way up here at one point. So I trailed my stop loss from break even to just underneath this low hit. I was still given a lot of room. I could have been a bit more aggressive and trail my stop loss here. I was like, now I'm going to give it a lot of room for it to play out. And I'm barely moving my stop loss. It's just about 20, 30 pips into profit there. Yeah, 20, 30. So I trailed my stop loss. Things were looking good. And then unfortunately, Euro USD flipped because we had the press conference. So at 7:30, everything flipped bearish. Then it just tagged me out the trade to the pip there. And now, of course, once it realized it took out my trade, it decides it wants to be very bullish. So yeah, it's a tough one to take there for euro because things were looking really good. Then it just decides it wants to take my trade out and then move my direction. So not the first time that's happened to me, won't be the last either. So just got charged to the game. But yeah, unfortunately, I was taking out the trade there. Really to the pip, to be honest. So that is a very, very unfortunate trade. But it's a part of trading. It's a part of trading, really. And looking back, I think I managed the trade well. I didn't move my stop loss too aggressively. I think I gave it enough room. It's just one of those ones where, unfortunately, it takes you out and it keeps moving the direction. So I think in terms of analysis, it played out well. It's just one of them ones, unfortunately. Just one of them ones. I mean, it's still banked to profit, but it's just it could have been a lot bigger. Anyway, before I shed a tear, been getting a lot of losses recently, and the temptation to disregard risk management is strong. Damn. Yeah. I just say, I don't know. You need to focus on the long term, my man. You need to focus on the long term because you got a lot of losses, and then disregard risk management, then it's just going to make the whole thing worse, and you start from square one again. I hear that, but you got to realize what you're trading for. You're trading to make a quick profit, or you're trading for because in 10 years' time you still want to be trading, and maybe it's your profession or a side thing or whatever. But if you want to do it systematically, professionally, sustainably, then you've got your risk management is your bread and butter. It's what makes everything feasible, what makes everything stable is your risk management. So because you go through a lot of losses, because of your risk management, it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. So of course I understand where you're coming from. You took a lot of losses. Now you want to leverage most of the account to go and make it back. A lot of people have been there. But if your goal is to be sustainable and do this long term, then you've got to keep that risk management as your backbone. Otherwise, you should be going through the same loop again and again and again, and you never get anywhere meaningful. So I understand the urge is strong, but you got to focus on that, my man. You got to focus on the risk management. Okay, there was I. Okay, go take a look at the gold position in Keba. Interest rate cut may provide some downside support for growth stocks as lower borrowing costs improve their prospect. That makes sense. Do you mean some downside support? Do you just mean support? And no, downside support confuses me. What's up, FR? Welcome to the stream. What do you think of the interest rates from pound? Yeah, so rates are expected to stay the same. So from what I've experienced, normally when rates do stay the same, it's normally a bullish pound normally has a bullish reaction to that. It's not going to be a huge one unless it doesn't come out as the same. Because rates are 5%, and I think they're expected to. Is it 5.5 or 5%? Yeah, 5%. So the current interest rate is 5%. The consensus is 5%. So if the rates stay the same and the actual is 5%, I'm not expecting much from pound. Probably maybe a little bit of a kick to the upside potentially. If rates cut and we see that fall, then it could be a really bearish day for pound. It could be a very bearish afternoon, at least for pound, if rates are cut. My kind of take is I'm focusing on the PA. I'm not trying to base my judgment on what I'm expecting the rates to be. I was going to wait for the interest rates to come out and then see how price reacts, and if there's a trade opportunity, I'll plan and and make preparations for that. But my thought process with pound is that we'll probably see a bit of strength today, unless rates are cut. Then it could be a big bearish day, but we'll see. Okay, I'll take a look at dollar CAD quickly. I'll go through gold as well. I haven't forgot. Darkstrom, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Expect AG to go up to 99.7. There's a big liquidity zone there, which I think it's going for. Okay, we'll take a look at Aussie yen as well. Emmanuel Pound CHF looks ready for a fall with the rates at 12 noon. Okay, we'll take a look at that as well. CHF pair has been killing me. I'm convinced there's a couple of headphones stalking my trades and going against them. Yeah, we've all been there, my man. I've all been there taking trades and you think someone's out to get you. Because I mean, even with this euro position, you know, it came precisely to my trail stop just to take it out and then move my direction. It's like I couldn't have put it any better for me to get wicked out and then see price movement direction. So there is that feeling that you're getting kind of targeted, but it always only lasts for a short while. Every time that you go through one of those spells where you take a trade and it just turns to ashes instantly and you're in that kind of rough patch, keep staying consistent, keep staying consistent, keep staying following a plan, because that rough patch will fade and you will come back into a winning patch. It's when you start to deviate during the rough patch, when the rough patch just goes on forever. If you can stay consistent with an edge, you'll eventually go through that. Just because when you go for a winning patch and everything you touch turns to gold and everything's going so well, just like that does fade eventually, the rough patch will fade too. You just got to stay consistent and take the same trades. Which of course is easier said than done. Anyway, we'll take a look at gold and I'll go through Aussie yen as well and pound CHF and a couple more pairs to look at. So yeah, gold is looking really bullish at the moment. Gold is looking really bullish. Someone said they're short. Can't remember where the message was, but yeah, there was Nkeba short. Okay, so quite a lot of TPs there. You'll take profit 25, 29, 25, 921. 25.91. Okay, so you're looking for an intraday move here. I think in general, shorting gold is just going to be difficult, given the fact that we're just so bullish after the news, especially after the news event, because this is not a normal, typical day for gold. This is fresh off the Fed interest rate from yesterday, so things are still quite volatile, especially gold. So it's not a typical gold day in the markets here. We're flying high right now. I can understand you looking to short because we're at all-time highs. The market's stuck at resistance to a degree. We could look to roll over and see some retracement. But what I'm looking at is this move we had to the downside over the past few days was that retracement. So now I'm expecting continuation. So I think we're probably going to go and hit 2,600 and probably break through that. So shorting gold is not really something I'll look to do. If we go and create new highs again, then yeah, shorts will make a bit more sense. Then still not a trade that I would take, but at least at that point, I can say, yeah, we probably will retrace at some point now. So I can see the logic behind the shorts, but right now we've already had the retracement in and it looks like we're just seeing the continuation. So what we had over here looks to be coming back into the market. So I'm expecting us to rip higher with gold. So shorts, I'm not a fan of, I must say, with gold. Of course, I'm sure you got your reasons and your plans and your confluences at play of why you're taking the short. So of course, see out the trade to completion, but of course you're asking for my opinion, and that's my opinion. That I wouldn't really want to be looking to short gold. I think we'll probably push higher up, especially if USD does break through the support level, which is kind of flirting with the idea of breaking. If it does break through, I think that's going to really send gold to the upside as well. But we'll see, of course, anything can happen, but that's just kind of my expectation with gold. We'll take a look at Aussie yen as well. Aussie yen, pound CHF 2. What about yesterday's news? What do you think of the Dow Jones, Nasdaq, S&P? Okay, I'll go through the indices. I haven't actually looked at the indices yet. I don't think I even looked at them yesterday, to be fair. So yeah, I'll go definitely take a look. What's up, Holy One of Israel? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're good. Your Chefs hit stop loss. Tans Aussie New Zealand dollar sell gave me 33 pips, then came back. Because of this, I'm now applying same strategy to slower time frames. Did this yesterday and was up 36%. Damn, wow, that's a big return. What do you mean slower time frames? You mean higher time frames? Which time frames you referring to? Bread and butter isn't too bad, but the meat and potatoes would be more filling. That's true. Meat and potatoes would definitely be more filling. I haven't really heard many people say that. Bread and butter is the common one. Meat and potatoes, I haven't really heard too many people say that. What's up, John? Welcome to the stream. Aussie dollar and New Zealand dollar, thinking of selling them from the high. Okay. Let me go take a look at AJ first, though. So Aussie yen, someone's looking for a big push to 99 point something. 99.7, Darkshon, I think, said that. Where's 99.7? 99.7. That's back at the high there, roughly. So, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of looking for the sell for Aussie yen anywhere between the current price and the high. To me, as long as price doesn't go and break through this, I'm looking for a big short. Even if we do spike through it a little bit, I'm open to the idea of a potential fake out a little bit. You know, price might take the high, come back inside, stall for a little bit, and then drop. So something like that I'm open to. But for me, for Aussie yen, as long as we don't really blast through and see confident candle closures above the high, I'm looking for Aussie yen to reverse, come back to the low, and see a lot of downside. So I'm very bearish on Aussie yen. As I've said, the levels I'm interested in is 99 and then 99.8. That's why I'm looking to take my shorts. It looks like this first level is breaking through, so I'm going to have to leave that level alone for now unless we come back inside. But this was the original level I was looking to short from. But it does look like price is breaking above that. So yeah, 99 and then 99.8 is where I look to take my shorts. But I'm looking for a big bearish swing with Aussie yen as well. Most of the yen pairs in a similar situation. For dollar CAD is looking really bearish. It's tanking pretty hard. And again, another USD pair here as well. So I do think USD CAD will keep falling. This is the low I'm expecting USD CAD to head towards, 1.344. I said intraday, there could be a nice little break and retest there, potentially. If the retest happens, dollar CAD can definitely decide it wants to keep falling. If that's the case, then maybe the ship is sailed. But if it does come back for a retest, great. That could be a nice opportunity there on the retest. Stops above the high and see if you can target this low here. But yeah, in terms of my bias for dollar CAD, it's really bearish. We're rejecting this level very well. Resistance once, support there a couple times, resistance again there. Yeah, I think there's a good chance that USD CAD just keeps falling really. So yeah, if you can find a break and retest, that could be a nice little opportunity there intraday. I'll go take a look at pound CHF and then we'll go through some indices. I'm interested to see what they're doing as well. Take a look at Aussie, New Zealand dollar too. Yeah, gold is very sensitive to the interest rate, 100%. Rest of the week could whipsaw everywhere. True. Yeah, because gold's a bit sore after the news yesterday. It's being pushed up and down. Same kind of with the other dollar pairs as well. I would kind of leave gold alone until probably next week. I think it's the safest bet. But I wouldn't be surprised if we just keep pushing for the rest of the week to the upside, and maybe by the end of the week we're discussing 26.10, 26.20, 26.30 as the price gold is trading at. So I'll definitely watch out for that with gold. And I think silver's doing something similar as well. So yeah, I'm pretty bullish on gold. I understand why you're looking to short because we're back at that resistance there, but just not a trade that I would entertain. What's up, Chris? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. 3 days left of Ethiopia. Damn, you've been there for like forever. The reason I'm doing this, I'm waiting too long for swings only to take me out. Yesterday I killed it. Same strategy on the 4 hour and 1 hour and only waited no more than 2 hours for trades to complete. Much better. Fair enough. Fair enough. Of course, with swing trading, there's always the time delay, which can be a bit of a nuisance sometimes, especially if you're looking for really big moves. They could take time to play out, and they could take a lot of time just for it to hit stop loss or be a break even. So, my kind of thought process is if you're looking for longer term trades, you're probably going to have a really, really big account, because if you can afford to wait, multiple weeks, multiple months for a trade to play out, it's probably because if it does play out, that one trade could, be enough for the whole year potentially. So yeah, if you've got a big account, you could afford to do it. If not, then you probably want to be a bit more frequent in the market. Anywho, we'll go take a look at pound CHF, and they'll go through Aussie dollar and New Zealand dollar as well. So pound CHF looking really bullish. You're looking for a sell on pound CHF, and I can see why. As we approach this high there, around 1.1235. Are we back at the daily level? Yes, we are pretty much. So yeah, this is an interesting area for pound CHF. Shorts do make sense here. Shorts definitely do make sense here. Actually, not a bad place at all, actually. In fact, if you see a nice rejection, I may entertain the shorts there. I may entertain. Pound CHF was not my watch list at all this week, because I was not expecting a move like this. But that is a nice place for a short, especially for stop loss above the high. Looking to see if you can capitalize on a swing. So for me, if I could see a nice bearish engulfing on the 4 hour, that would definitely interest me into a trade. If it's a nice bearish engulfing, risk to reward looks good, that would be a trade that I would entertain. At the moment, of course, we're looking pretty bullish, but things can turn. Things can change pretty quickly. I think CHF pairs are pretty strong at the moment. Yeah, Euro CHF's pushing hard. CAD's somewhat. Pound, Aussie, New Zealand. So yeah, CHF pairs are definitely quite strong, but pound CHF is definitely an area where we could reverse. So yeah, I've got to agree with you on that one. I do like pound CHF to the downside, particularly on the daily chart, and because we had such a big move down there as well. So yeah, I like pound CHF. It just depends if we can hold into that level, and if we do, I wouldn't get too excited. I mean, in some world we do drop back to the low here, but that's like best case scenario. I feel like even if we can get a move back to some of these areas, that's still a great trade. Banks and partials will trade a stop and then see how far we can take it beyond that. But yeah, it's a nice area, pound CHF. Nice area for some shorts. Okay, so I'll go through Aussie dollar and New Zealand dollar as well. John said he's thinking of a sell. I'll go through the indices first, though, before I forget. Okay, let's go through some indices. So let's see what's. Oh, okay. NAS is pretty bullish. I haven't actually looked at the indices since yesterday, so I have no idea what's happening here. Okay. So NAS just completely just broke out that consolidation, and now it's looking really bullish. So yeah, for the indices, I'm pretty bullish on in general. The markets are trending up, and we're seeing still bullish momentum intact. No signs of reversal just yet. So by default, I would be bullish on the indices. I like NAS because there's so much upside potential. US 30 is at all-time highs. S&P, I assume, is at all-time highs as well. Whereas NAS has got a lot of empty space to trade in towards. The all-time highs for NAS are all the way up there. So this one's got a long way to go still before it gets back to the high. So this is why I would like to trade NAS if I was looking to trade indices, because I can probably get a decent swing out of this one back to 2070, 2700, 2600. So that's why I like NAS, because there's a lot of upside, a lot of room to work with. I imagine US 30s, yeah, US 30s breaking through the high. So I wouldn't really be looking to long this one as well, especially as we come into the upper end of the channel there. Not the best place for a buy. S&P likewise as well, breaking through the high as well, coming to the upper end of the channel. Not the best place for a buy either. In fact, we can probably expect to see some retracement in the next few days, maybe for S&P and for US 30. Or we could, of course, break out and break through. That's a scenario as well. But I'd rather trade NAS because I would expect us to eventually catch up with US 30 and with S&P, and expect NAS to be back at the high pretty soon. So in terms of opportunities, I'll be looking at buys. I said yesterday, breaking test of this area looks good. Of course, in hindsight, we can see that retest didn't happen. So I think for now, this looks like the next best opportunity, a retest of the high, probably dropping to some intraday time frames, hourly, 30-minute, 15 even, if you really want to refine the entry. That could be a nice little trade there in the retest, because there's a lot of momentum right now with NAS, and we're kind of just pushing brief consolidation, another big breakout. So I'm not expecting big pullbacks for NAS. So if you're looking to trade it, you might want to be looking at the lower time frames for opportunities. But yeah, I'm expecting us to push into the high there, which is 19,869. And if you can get a strong break of that, then we can start discussing the high here at 20,739. But for now, yeah, expecting us to make a new high above that pretty soon. So that's kind of where I'm at with the indices. In terms of like the DAX, what we're doing over there. The DAX, okay. Oh, the DAX just made a new high, or almost at least. So yeah, the DAX is really bullish. Not much to do here. Again, I can understand people looking to short because it's right at the high. We could reject it. We've seen some downside here before, but I think we're probably going to break out this time. So I would avoid looking to short. How are we looking at on the FTSE? FTSE is looking pretty bullish there. I said yesterday would be nice if we could push down to the low and get some buys there, but doesn't look like the market's going to hold onto that level. Looks like it's going to break through, and then that might just take us to the high there. This would have been a nice swing, but doesn't look like it's forming. But yeah, indices across the board looking pretty bullish. So I would be focusing on NAS and trying to find some intraday longs there if I was looking at the indices. We'll go through Aussie dollar and New Zealand dollar next. Best trades for now would be the crosses. USD pairs won't give us an opportunity for entry this week. Yeah, you're probably right on that, to be honest. You probably are right there. Yeah, with the USD pairs looking so bullish, it's like if you're not already in the position, you probably won't get a pullback. Maybe I'll keep an eye out. I think USD CAD might get a pullback because we've got some CAD news tomorrow, I believe. So that could give us a push up, but then tomorrow's Friday as well. So yeah, you might not be looking at trade until next week. So your best luck probably will be with the crosses. 36% on the account using one lot, same as always, and going for 40 pips moves. The swing I wait for, take a week to set up, waiting forever. Then it sometimes doesn't even play out. Yeah, again, that's when you've already got a big account and you're kind of just trading on the side, really. And then you can afford to wait, a long period of time for a trade to not even play out, because trading is not your main thing. It's just a side thing. And you've got a big account, so you don't even need to trade frequently to make a good profit as well. So if you're in that position, you can afford to take that time. If not, then you probably want to be a bit more active. Ryan, UJ in consolidation, good time to go long. Okay, I'll take a look at dollar yen as well. Dollar CAD, I just had a look at that one. Pound CAD got to my shorting level 1.8. Now we'll see if it reverses or going higher at my second target, 1.82 to 1.83. Okay. I'll have a look at pound CAD. True only trade 100k funded, hence I manage properly using one lot of trade. 500 pips in 2 weeks gives me 5k, so no need to go for wilds and big lots for far too much risk. Yeah, of course. I mean, again, it depends on the account size, depends on what you're looking for, and depends on the markets you're trading as well. If you know what moves you're looking at and you know how much pips they could potentially give you, and you know the lot size you're trading with, you can calculate what you need for your targets to be met. And then of course it makes everything simpler, because you know exactly what you're looking for, the lot size you're looking for as well, and then you're not trying to look for too much, you're not trying to be greedy, because you know exactly what you need and how to get that as well. And the same with working with percentages as well. That's good, Chris. Glad to hear. Ben, I was blindly gonna short S&P last night, thinking rate cuts would be a sell. Would be a sell. The news event. Good job, I didn't. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people would have followed through on that. To be honest, a lot of people would have followed through on that. Again, I'm never a big fan of trading news. I know a lot of people like trying to fade moves. So if the news sends price up, they'll be looking to short it back down again and vice versa, which can sometimes play out very, very well. I've seen many events where we see a big spike from news and then the market completely melts, like NFP last week. Literally, that happened. I was trading Aussie dollar. That was a big push up. And then if people were shorting and fading the move, that would have made a nice amount of pips on the downside there because it completely just melted for the rest of the week, rest of the day, and into next week as well. So, shorting NFP last week would have been great. Not so much with the rates this week, though. Not so much with the rates this week. But yeah, sometimes those type of positions play out pretty well. Never a trade that I'll look to take though. But yeah, there's if done well, it can be some nice trades. In terms of USD JPY, yeah, I'm pretty bullish on this one at the moment. I do think there's more upside to be had with this one. Ryan, you said you're looking for a was it for a buy? Good time to go long. Gotta love the Japanese, bless them. Yeah, the yen is pretty weak right now. The yen is pretty weak. So dollar yen's pushing up hard. And the thing is, dollar's weak as well. Yeah, well, to some degree, dollar's weak. It still hasn't broken through the support yet, but it is still pretty weak on the day. And the rest of the yen pairs are flying high. So CAD yen's doing a pretty big job. Pound yen likewise. New Zealand yen. So dollar yen's of course got a bit more work to do because it has to fight the USD weakness as well. But I would say longs do look good intraday because it looks like we had a nice retest on this area here. So prior resistance turned support. Market rejected that very well. And now price looks like it could be looking to make its way back to the high there. As I said earlier, I'm looking for a push back into this level around 144.5. And then we'll see how price reacts. Will we respect that level or will we suddenly reverse? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I think it is a good time to go long. I mean, maybe a couple of hours ago would have been a little bit better as we approach the low. But I think in terms of the risk reward, especially if you do get a push to the higher end of the channel, could still look pretty good in terms of 1 to 2, maybe even a bit more, but could still be working out with a decent risk reward there. But yeah, dollar yen I think is still likely to push higher. I do expect this one to keep pushing. But yeah, yen pairs are very strong right now, very, very strong. Okay. Where was I? Stock market's been so strong though, it just keeps chugging high and high. Yeah, shorting in the seas is always tough, but recently it's been very, very tough. Yeah, of course, when indices are in their kind of bullish mode, it's always going to be a tough short because these guys only know one direction really, which is to the upside. So when they get going, they do get going, and they do give you some short-term sell opportunities. They don't just fly in one line. Well, not all the time anyway. There are some, they do have some bearish days here and there within their bullish moves, but you just don't want to stay in there for too long. You don't want to stay in there for too long because it will punish you if it really wants to get the trend going. This UJ move is why I don't really pay it much attention to the DXY when considering UJ trades. Yen just has a mind of its own sometimes. Yeah, I think the main governing currency with the yen pairs is the Japanese yen, really, not even the USD. When you're looking at the Forex majors, USD is the governing currency in terms of, okay, if USD is strong, that means probably it's going to be the strongest out of them all. So Euro USD, Pound USD, Aussie dollar, they all will be moving down. When it comes to the yen pairs, the yen is the governing currency. So if the yen is strong, it's just going to be stronger than everything else. If yen is weak, it's probably going to be weaker than everything else. And you can see that by just looking at the correlation between the yen pairs. If I look at UJ, look at that on the higher time frames, like expand to the weekly chart. It's been a comfortable trend to the upside. We had a big move down. Look at Euro Yen, it's the same thing. So the Japanese yen is the main currency you're focusing on here. If yen is weak, then they're all going to move up. If yen is strong, they're all going to move down. But then again, you can choose which currency is the better one to trade it with. So maybe USDPY wasn't the best currency to trade it with because USD is pretty weak. But then again, even still, it moved to the upside as well. So I definitely hear that. I definitely hear that about not looking at the DXY with the dollar yen. Again, the DXY is only an estimation of the USD. When it comes to the yen pairs, I feel like looking at the JPY basket or looking at the Japanese index will actually give you a bit more information to what the yens are going to do next. One of my mates is Japanese. I'm learning the language from him when we're not too busy pencil pushing. Never heard that term before, pencil pushing. I like that. Well, at least you're learning a language there. At least you're broadening your skills there. Actually, interesting fact: Kamiko, which is my full name, is Japanese. Believe it or not, it's a Japanese name. Do I think the dollar index will bounce at support? Do I think it will? I have no idea, really. I have no idea. It's held very well. It's held very well, but I'm not necessarily looking for opportunities off that area in terms of, okay, I'm looking to short euro, because if I'm looking for a bounce here for the dollar, I'll be looking to short euro, I'll be looking to short pound, because I'm expecting the USD to bounce, to gain some strength. So no, not really, actually. I think there's a good chance we do break out, but I'm not going to actively look to trade that. So I'm just going to let price do its thing. I have a bias of where I'm expecting the dollar to get to, which is back at this low here. Price might want to bounce first and push up, then make the drop, or we might just drop straight away. That's up to dollar. I'm not going to try and foresee that because I could be right, great. I could be wrong, great as well. I don't have an active trade in the moment with USD, so I don't have skin in the game. So I'm not looking for anything in particular. I'm looking for us to get there, but the path in which we do that, I'm going to stay flexible and stay open-minded, really. But if we do see some rejection here in terms of, okay, the market leaves a big wick and then we see a bullish engulfing on the hourly or the 4 hour even better, then yeah, we probably will see a bounce. I need a bit more information to say if we're going to bounce or not, in terms of the candlesticks, in terms of the technicals. But yeah, I won't try and estimate that until I see some hefty rejection, like we did yesterday. Big wick through there, then we closed above. That was a good sign saying that, okay, price is going to hold support most likely and push up. If you see something of similar, that looks similar to that, then yeah, maybe we do see some upside. OP, any trade you're planning on taking soon? Okay, I'll go for my watch list. The closest pairs I have to taking soon would be with the yen pairs. So there's quite a few of them which I'm looking at and just seeing which one's the best one. But I will go for my watch list in a moment. Yes, I was wrong. I was up 3.6%, not 36. That's a big difference there. Holy one, that's a big difference. My cousin name is Kamika. No way. Is your cousin Japanese? Your first name is Naoki? Naoki? Okay, not your first name, your mate's first name. Yeah, I mean, I'm not Japanese, so I don't know Japanese names. Just my name is Japanese. Means the honest one. Nice. Yeah, that's the thing I like about Japanese names, though. They do have some really good meanings. I think my one is internal loving child. No, we're Jamaican. That's hilarious. Jamaican with a Japanese name. Well, I'm in a similar boat. I've got a Japanese name as well. What are the odds? Do you think there'll be Japanese people with a Jamaican name the other way around? I think that'll look a bit funny. I mean, I'm the opposite of that. Um, okay, I'll take a look. I was supposed to go for Aussie dollar and New Zealand dollar ages ago. I'll go take a look. Um, nice when it suits you well. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, I like the meaning, to be honest. I like the meaning. Okay, let me go through Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. I probably missed out another pair I was supposed to go through. So if that's the case, let me know. Um, okay, hold on. When you've entered EuroCADs. Okay, so when you say you're up 25%, do you mean 2.5%? Okay, you do 2.5%. Okay, I'll take a look at EuroCAD as well. But in terms of Aussie dollar and New Zealand dollar, yeah, these are interesting because they had some big rejections yesterday. And of course, after looking at the rejection, you probably thought that, okay, Aussie dollar is about to reverse. Same with New Zealand dollar. If we go to the 4 hour, we came back into this high here at 0.679. Price rejected it there pretty aggressively. And same thing for New Zealand dollar as well. We had this massive level here on the daily chart, big wick rejection. But today, the market just literally engulfed all of that price action, and now we're looking really bullish. So I'm expecting New Zealand dollar to keep pushing back to the high here at 0.635. So I would not be looking to short NZUSD. I understand that we're coming back into resistance here. So sells do have some merit there, and rightly so. But I expect us to push back into the next key level, which for me is that high up there. Of course, I could be wrong, but that's what I'm expecting to see happen because this to me looks like a big fake out of that high, and now price looks like it might be getting the actual breakout. So we might react, but I expect to only be temporary and the market to keep pushing back to the high. So I'd be looking at more upside for NZUSD, Aussie dollar in the same boat there as well. We're breaking through the high now. I'm expecting us to push back into the next key level, which is this resistance level at 0.686. So that's what I'm expecting Aussie dollar to push into. We're not too far away from that, so we could end up at that level by the end of the week potentially. But in my book, I wouldn't really. I mean, if price gets there, then yeah, shorts look good. And same thing for NZUSD. If price gets back to that level, then I think shorts look good. Because if we zoom out, every time price gets to these areas, we come straight back down. Same with Aussie dollar. We come straight back down if I expand this to the left. So that is a really big level and a meaningful one as well. So I think shorts look good there, but I wouldn't short just now because we're not there yet. So Aussie dollar is one that's not too far away. If you're looking for shorts in Aussie, I think we're close to a good level for it. New Zealand dollar, I wouldn't touch, to be honest, because I do expect us to keep pushing up to the high. But yeah, shorts look good once we get there. But for now, I think we'll see a bit more upside. I think we've got still a bit more upside in the tank for both of them. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with Aussie dollar and New Zealand dollar. Okay, where was I? Use the JPY. Okay, I'll quickly go through that one because I've gone through that one a couple of times. That is Fumio. Same as the current Japanese PM, which means clever or literate. Oh wow. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about Japanese name. They have really cool meanings, to be honest. And Kamika is a very similar name to my name, Kamiko. I wonder if that's like another version of it. Sorry, yes, I'm currently at 2.5%. Yeah, big difference between 25 and 2.5, but yeah, we're on the same page. We're on the same page. Yeah, so in terms of your Euro CAD position, I assume you're long. I think you told me anyway. Yeah, you got a buy at 51,063. I'm up 2.5% going to the highs, then done for the day. Same, and it's 50 break with other things, but now only on the 4 hour and 1 hour working. Great, nice. So you're looking to take this one back to the high, which I assume would be this area here on the left. We've already had a nice push since Monday. Actually, this is Monday. Wow, time flies. Big push there. The market is a little bit stuck. It's not having such a good time right now, but I would expect us to break high. To be honest, I've looked at the CAD pairs and they are looking really bullish. Aussie CAD, big push to the upside as late, looking pretty bullish to me. Pound CAD looking pretty bullish. New Zealand CAD looking pretty bullish. So CAD weakness is definitely at full force at the moment, and that could help carry your Euro CAD position. And if the trend is going to continue, this kind of uptrend here, there's a good chance we do push back to the high. Of course, there is this level here which could send price back down again. So you have to contend with that. But if the trend is going to continue and we get probably a strong break of the consolidation, that probably would just take us back to 1.52. Maybe after that we get a nice retracement. But yeah, I like it. You said you entered around 51063. So kind of like right at the low here. And our price is pushing closer to the high. So I'd say watch out for that level there. Actually, are you looking for push that high or this high? I mean, either way, I do expect us to keep pushing higher up. But how many pips you're looking for? Right, shame the PM isn't his dad. Yeah, what a coincidence. Okay, maybe your son's name is Kai. Okay, I like the name Kai. I think that's Is that Japanese? I don't think so. What's up, Elder? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Welcome. Eric, boss, can you look at Euro Pound? Do you think buying is possible at this level? Okay, I'll take a look at Euro Pound. Haven't actually kept an eye on that one. Okay, going to the equal highs only. That will give me 5% for today. Okay. I hear that. No problem, FX Wolf. Glad to see you on the stream. Quick view on Euro Yen. Okay, I'll touch on that one. Yeah, the yen pair is looking interesting. In fact, I was supposed to go for my watch list, wasn't I? I'll run through that quickly. Ben, oil longs, if we flip the resistance, okay, if you break that 70, is it 72 area? I mean, I'll go take a look at the chart. Love the momentum this morning. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have been complaining that the markets have been a bit slow. So, yeah, the markets are definitely not slow at the moment, to be honest. So momentum is here. The only thing is, it's just that you want to be in favor of the momentum, of course. But the markets are moving, and I can't knock that. But in terms of my interest, a lot of my interest is with the yen pairs at this point in time. I like Euro yen a lot. I'm looking at this low here for a retest and some shorts. In fact, a lot of the yen pairs have pushed up pretty hard. So I'm kind of just looking at all of them, seeing which one can give me the best sell. I like Swiss yen. I like Euro yen. I like pound yen as well. I like Aussie yen too. Euro yen I like a lot because we haven't really broken through a meaningful level yet, and we're approaching this low now. So I'm going to see how we react there. Again, I'll be looking for my bearish engulfings, my wicks to see if price is likely to turn at this level and if things look good, I'll look to find my entry, stop loss above the high as usual, and then targets back at the low, or at least in theory, that's where the targets will be. But yeah, Euro yen, I'm very bearish on. I'm very bearish on all the yen pairs. So with them pushing up really hard this morning, to me, my thought process is, okay, the bigger move is probably to the downside longer term. So all of this bullish momentum at some point will topple out and put a lower high in and then continue down. So my goal is to try and find where that lower high will be and take those shorts. Of course, I could be wrong. Maybe the yen pairs want to fly to the moon, but I think there's a good chance that we are going to bleed at some point. So I'm looking to find those lower highs. And Euro yen, this is my first area of interest at the moment. So I'm going to be keeping a close eye on that. Swiss yen looks really good as well at this area. Of course, nothing there yet in terms of an entry, but it's testing a nice level. And if I can get some rejection there, I'll be more than happy to take some shorts. Again, with Swiss yen, as long as we don't break past this swing point here, we could pull all the way back to the high. As long as we don't break the high, I am looking for the big sell-off. As long as we don't break the high, the shorts are valid. Okay, so I'll go through a few more pairs. I'll take a look at oil as well whilst I'm at it. No longer a swing trader. Yesterday, I traded for 2 hours only and made the same amount I make in 2 days sometimes. So as I said, I use the strategy 30 pips only. Again, that's the main kind of argument with a day trader and a scalper is like, why would I wait 2 days or 2 weeks to make the same amount of money as I can make in 2 hours? That is the main argument with a day trade, and it makes perfect sense as well. The money's quicker, you take your wins quicker, you take your losses quicker as well, which is another benefit because with swing trading you could wait 2 days, 3 days just to take the loss, whereas with day trading you take a couple of hours or even less. You've taken the loss, you brushed it aside, and you moved on to the next trade. So that is a massive plus of day trading. And I think for me, that's the biggest pro to day trading and shorter time frame trading, that that the money is just quicker. That's the only kind of pull that would pull me across to the lower time frames. But I'm quite happy with the swing trading at the moment, and I like how it balances with my life at the moment, and kind of has to because I'm quite busy off the markets at the moment as well. But yeah, I don't mind the time. I don't mind the time because I know that at the end of the year I can get the returns I'm looking for, and that's the important thing. And with the swing trading, it's a lot slower, so I can be a lot more slower paced, and it takes me longer to take trades as well, which means I can think more. And because I use lower lot sizes as well, because I've got bigger stop losses, means I'm less at risk to anything crazy happening. So there's pros and cons both ways. As you found out, it just depends what your preference is. If it's the lower time frames, then it's the lower. If it's the higher, then it's the higher. But there's pros and cons to both sides. But yeah, the biggest pro for me would be it's just quicker money on the lower time frames, which makes a lot of sense. It wins on his 30 pip trade using 10 lots, and it don't know now why I'm waiting a week for a setup. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, again, it's a good point. It's a good point why the lower time frames are very attractive because it's quick. For me, I don't mind it because the thing I'm focused on is the returns. Can I make the returns I want to make at the end of the month, end of the year, on the time frames I'm trading on? If that's the case, if I can do that, then I'm a happy guy. But of course, if I couldn't, then I would have to drop lower to be more frequent and take advantage of the moves in a bit more. It would tie to stop losses, but if I can, then I'm happy. I haven't looked at euro pound, haven't I? Yeah, there's probably quite a few pairs which I completely just missed. Yeah, if that's the case, just remind me in the chat, just like Eric did there. But I'll go through oil. No, I'll go through euro pound and then I'll take a look at oil. So with euro pound, you said you're looking for a long. Am I correct? Yeah, you are looking for a long. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the longs. I must admit, I'm not a big fan. Uh, I like the I like the low down here, which is what is this? 0.838. I like the low down here for euro pound. I think this is a nice place for a bounce because the last time we were here, as you can see, a massive move to the upside. So that level tells me that a lot of buyers are trapped at there, and then we could see a lot of profit taking as well. Because if you put yourself in the mind of any seller, where would your take profit be? It would probably be that low if you're looking at from a higher time frame perspective. Your take profits down here. So there's a good chance we bounce from this low. At current price, I'm not really seeing much logic in the but actually, I'm not seeing much logic in the level and the location, but I have to admit, price is having a hard time breaking through all these wicks. So looking at the price action, there's probably a good chance that we do push higher actually. But the way I trade is always the location plus the price action. So I'll never just try and look to buy and bullish engulfing just randomly. It would have to be at a certain area with the candlesticks on top of that as well. In this case, the price action looks really good. We had a big push down yesterday, and the market is bottoming out. It's really struggling to push lower. So it looks like a good chance that prices are going to push higher. And if it fits your plan and ticks your boxes, of course, go ahead. But if we could do all of this just down here, that would be fantastic, and that would be a really good buy. That'd be a really good buy for euro pound. So yeah, I can see why. I can see why you look to go long, but I would wait for us to approach a low, at least the low here, but preferably that low there, and that's where if I was looking to buy, I would buy. Um, but I can see why. I can see why you're looking to go long, but yeah, I would wait for a push lower down before taking that buy. PA is clean on the higher time frames. People say price is perfectly fractal and it's exactly the same on all the time frames, but in my opinion, it's not. There's far more irrational moves on the lower time frames. I agree with that as well. I agree with that. If you look at the monthly, weekly, daily, and compare it to like the 5 minute, it's a whole different ball game. And the big difference is that the lower time frames they are affected a lot by session timing. So you're going to have in session, out session, different sessions, London, New York, Asian. Whereas if you look at the daily chart, there is no sessions really. There is no London, New York, or Asian session. It's just the daily chart. Same with the weekly, same with the monthly, and the price action is a lot more truer as well because it encompasses everything. Because one 5 minute candle encompasses 5 minutes worth of transactions. One monthly candle will encompass a whole month of transactions, but in that you would have big players taking profit, taking this, taking that. So the price action is going to be a lot more truer. And what I mean by that is it's less erratic, less random. So I do agree, high time frames are cleaner and a lot more easy to operate. I wouldn't analyze the 5 minute chart as I would analyze the monthly because the price action is different. So I do agree with that. Um, you can get yourself a few gigs on radio with that lovely voice. Yeah, it's becoming a bit weird now, Ryan. I'm not gonna lie. Passing yourself as Morgan Freeman's grandson. Well, first of all, Morgan Freeman is American, so the accent is going to be completely different. He's American, and I'm from the UK, so the accent is going to be very different. But then again, maybe his grandson grew up in the UK. But I do appreciate it, though. I do appreciate it. What's up, man? Zondi? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Especially from the Fed report. I did profit from euro, but not as well as I could have. So Yeah, a bit stung from that move there, not gonna lie. Just took me out by the pip, and now price is looking really bullish. So um, fortunately, I'm missing out on the rest of the move, but we did walk away for profit, so I can't knock that. But yeah, could have been a lot more. Could have been a lot more. But please, no, I've not become a scalper. Just a quick disclaimer for us there, and never will. H4 is king. I just use an hour to enter from yesterday going forward. Yeah, I mean, again, I used the hourly time frame to enter for years. I've only just recently shifted to the 4 hour, but the hourly is a great time frame to enter. You're using intraday to enter, but you're still looking for swings in the market to a degree. Um, for me, I always used to, well, I still do use the daily and the 4 hour. I'm using more higher time frames now. Um, but yeah, the hourly allows you to get, a smaller stop loss, a tight stop loss, and really take advantage um, of, of the risk reward as well. People say swing trade, you expose yourself to more randomness because of the news events, but when you're scalping, one big player can literally move the market from a small period of time. True. I mean, it's going to be difficult to do that with Euro USD because it's such a big market. But yeah, you're definitely right there as well. Again, there's the key thing that I keep touching on is that there's always pros and cons with both styles. With whatever you do in the markets, there's pros and cons to it. And you just have to accept them both. Because, of course, with swing trading and holding trades along the time, yes, you're exposed to news events. Yes, there'll be times where you're sleeping and then news happens and it goes for you or against you. At the same time, I know that if a news event does happen, 99 times out of 100 or 999 times out of 1,000, that even if it doesn't go my way, I know I'm not going to be badly affected. Even if I am slipped, it'll be a very small percentage because I'm using low lot sizes because I have a bigger stop loss. If I had a 5 pip stop loss and I'm going into NFP, and then yeah, of course something bad's going to happen there probably, even if the news is in my direction. And sometimes you look at the Bank of Japan and how they intervene with the yen. That's not really scheduled, or at least to my knowledge anyway. If you're trading pound yen on the 5 minute chart and then you're on the wrong way of that could definitely be up your account nicely as well, even if you had a stop loss involved as well. So you just have to weigh up the pros, weigh up the cons, see which one makes sense to you. There's going to be cons to everything, of course. As long as you can stomach them, then go for it. Doesn't really get more random than that. Yeah, I hear that. Again, there's yeah, in my view, there's more randomness in the lower time frames. But then again, there's money to be made in the low time frames as well. There's money to be made there as well. It's just pick your poison. Pick your poison. I like the higher time frames because of the time and how I can how I trade them as well. I've got a good routine where most of my analysis, 95% of my analysis is done on the weekend when the market's not even open. So it means that when I'm analyzing, I'm analyzing from a pretty free mind. I'm not keeping up to date with price action and this is moving, or managing a trade. Everything's closed. So all my analysis is done with a clear head on a Saturday. And then when the market does open, I know exactly what I'm looking for throughout that week with the pairs in my watch list, which means I'm very calm and I'm very organized in terms of what I want to do in the markets. Of course, you will get some news events and things will surprise you, of course, but in terms of what you're looking to do, it's very methodical. And I like that about the higher time frames. And you can do that with the low time frames as well, but you should be doing that in the morning of the trading day, because you can't do that on the weekend because too many things will happen during the week. But yeah, it's whatever floats your boat. Whatever floats your boat. Many things will float different people's boats. I'll go take a look at oil. Supposed to look at that a while ago. If you guys are enjoying the content, by the way, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I don't think I've said that on the stream yet, so make sure you do drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It does really help out. Appreciate everyone who has liked and subscribed so far. It does really help out. I appreciate it. And of course, make sure you do hit the bell so you don't miss out on any streams or uploads in the future. That helps out the content as well. And of course, if you don't want to miss out, it helps you out too as well. But in terms of oil, so I've got one person looking to short at that level, and I've got another person who's looking for the buy above it. For me, I think it's a great place for a short. If price was to get there and react with the level, I think that's a great place for a short. And naturally, I'll be looking for the market to come right back down to the low, which is around 66.28, and maybe further as well. But we'll just leave it at that support level for now. Excuse me. So that's kind of what I'm looking at there for oil. If we do break above, then there is some upside potential there. I'm not gonna disagree with that. I wouldn't really be looking at buys, to be honest. Yeah, I wouldn't really be looking at buys. Where's the level you said? 80 to 82. So 80 is around here-ish, which is basically coming to that high. I'm not sure if I'll be looking at such a move. Let me invert the chart. Yeah, I don't think I'll be looking at such a move. I think there could be some nice buys there, of course, if we do break back above the level. But because the market's still pretty consistent with these lower highs, I'll be watching out for these levels here. At least looking to lock in some gains there, trade a stop or take partials, or however you manage to trade. These are the areas I'd be looking at. I think we could get to 82, of course, but there are some obstacles on our path there, which could take us back down, because I do think the longer term move with oil is most likely to break the low here. I do think we'll eventually do that, whether we have a big push up first and then break it, or break it in one go. That's up to oil as well, but I do think that's the bigger move. So I wouldn't really be looking at such a big move up, although it can definitely well happen. But I'll be worried as we approach some of these areas, even that area there too, as this is where sellers will be sitting to try and take price against me. So I want to be kind of protecting myself. And I would imagine you would have some trade management plan there as well. But I would watch out for some areas beforehand. But yeah, if you do break above and hold that level as support, then yeah, buys will look good. For now, I'm still looking for us to hold that as resistance and see some downside. So that's very much what I'm looking for. But yeah, I wouldn't be eyeing up some buys just yet with oil. Not yet at all. I think I still need to go through my watch list actually. You could claim he was born out of wedlock with his. You got a nice imagination. I'll give you that. I think he's just a big fan of my voice. He's just a big fan of my voice. I've had compliments before him, to be fair, of the voice. I just speak, to be honest. I speak. I haven't done anything special with my voice. It's the voice I was born with. Chris, long on Euro yen. What do you think? Okay, long on Euro yen. Nice. I'm actually looking to short Euro yen. I'm looking to short it. It's not quite my level yet. Where do I think is safe for a TP? Okay, I'll go have a look, see. Yes, we've had a look at Euro pound, but I'll quickly go over that because it's probably been a while. Safe for take profit. It depends. Again, take profit's so subjective, because I don't know, if you've got a 100 pip stop loss, then a 50 pip target doesn't really make much sense in terms of the risk reward. If you have a 50 pips stop loss, then a 500 pip target doesn't make much sense either, because of the move you're trying to look for. 50 pip stop loss, of course, 500 pip target is great, but the probability of you seeing that move is quite slim with a 50 pip stop loss anyway. So It's very subjective, but what I would say is that there's a big level just ahead of us now, and I don't know where you've got into the trade, but that would be a reasonable place for a target. This is prior support. They give us a nice push up. Price has since broken through that. Now we're coming back into that level as resistance. A target there would make sense. Doesn't necessarily have to be your final target. It could just be a partial target. Could just be where you start to try to stop. So that's up to you. But I think that's a sensible place to manage your trade to some degree. We very much could break through, but I think that's an appropriate place to look to manage the trade. At least to remove some risk at least. And that could, of course, be a final take profit as well. But this is the area I'm looking to sell from as well. So if I see some good rejection here, I will look to take some trades, some entries, and see if I can take it back down to the low. So that's where I'll be looking to enter. And it's not a bad place for an exit as well. Of course, if you're looking a bit higher, you got the high over there. That could be a nice place around 162.5. But this would definitely be a sensible level to look out for now. Okay, I'll go through Euro Pound, FX Fiend. I think we're in a good area for buys. Yeah, someone said that as well. I'm not really seeing the buys there for Euro Pound. I'm not too sure what you guys are. I mean, I can see that prices having a really tough time trying to go lower because we've put so many wicks here. We put so many wicks in that low. So it does look like price is about to reverse higher. So I can see that, but yeah, it's just not in a good location for me. If I'm looking to buy Euro Pound, I would wait for at least the push back into the low here. This is where we had the massive move up. I would at least wait for price to get there. So if I'm looking to buy, that's where I'll look to buy from. If we can get similar price action to what we're seeing now, just over here. So if that was there, that'd be a great buy. That would be a really great buy. But right now, it's neither really trading at a major area of support for me. So I wouldn't buy it myself. Doesn't mean it can't go up, of course. It's just not a trade that I would take. But yeah, we are having a lot of difficulty breaking lower. It looks like price is finding support there. And naturally, you expect price to push up high. But I would say if we do push up, as soon as you start coming back to some of these areas, I'll be looking to secure some gains because, I wouldn't be so confident that we're going to have a big move. So that would be my 2 pence there for Euro Pound. Yeah, I understand. Ryan, trying to mess around, trying to have some banter. I understand. Whoever shows the oil an hour ago was in the right. Yeah, I think it was Will. I think he said he's looking to short. But yeah, it's bleeding now. I'm not sure if he's in the short. I don't know. I thought he's waiting for price to go a little bit higher. But yeah, oil is pretty bearish at the moment. Chris, no problem. That was my thoughts as well. And Urien, good. Yeah, I'm looking for something similar as well. Would you not say that it's pushing off support right there? Yeah, I would say that. I would say that because of all the wicks, but the support level is not significant enough for me to look to buy from there. Because again, there's support and resistance everywhere in the market. But when I analyze support and resistance where I would like to get involved and where the support and resistance is significant to a degree. This for me is very significant support because we had a massive move up. So it's clear for everyone to see where we are right now. Is definitely a support level, but it's not a level which I would look to buy from personally. So that's why I would hold off from that. But yeah, it's holding on support. The support everywhere, resistance everywhere. But just because there is doesn't mean you have to buy and sell from it. I like the price action. I must admit, it does. The price had like 4 or 5 wicks there trying to push down. So for me, it's a clear sign that we have struggled to go lower. So the most likely we're going to push up higher. Price moves in the path of least resistance. The least resistance is probably to the upside here. So I would expect euro pound to push up here based on the price action. But based on where I would like to buy from, it would definitely be the low. It would definitely be the low there. So that's what I would hold off for. But again, as a trader, I'm not looking to try and predict every single price movement as well. As a trader, I'm going to have my bias. I'm going to have areas where I want to sell or buy, where I want to trade that bias. Everything in between is just, in theory, noise. Of course, as a trader, streamer, of course, I'm going to comment on things and look at different markets, because it would be very, very boring if I was just going to look at the markets I want to trade, because there's only like 4 of them at the moment, and just analyze that. The stream will be over in about 5 minutes. So for me, in terms of my personal trading, I have my bias, I have the levels which I want to buy and sell from, and then everything else in between is noise to me, really. At least to my personal trading. Of course, I'll still look at things and see what's moving the market and what's happening. But in terms of trading, everything else isn't. It's not a trade for me. I'm not to say it's not going to work. Of course, I'm not saying euro pound is not going to work, because it's not my level. It definitely play out. Just this is where I would have a better place to it. My stop loss below, and it's a stronger, more significant level. So yeah, that's kind of where I would be there with euro pound. Look at that euro. It's laughing in my face right now. How is USD? Is USD breaking the low yet? No, it's not. I mean, this candle's about to close in the next 4 minutes. I highly doubt that we're going to close below in the next 4 minutes as well. So it looks like price is just basically respecting that support level. So if we can get a strong push, a nice bullish engulfing, that would tell me, okay, dollar's probably holding onto this level, and we might push higher up. Yeah. So that could be seeing some dollar strength maybe. Is there more news for today and tomorrow? Yes, there is. Oh, I completely forgot. There's Bank of England. It's Bank of England at 12 in the next 3-4 minutes. Yeah, there's a Bank of England. I completely forgot about that. So yeah, rates are expected to stay the same. Let me get pound USD up, see what's cooking over there. Yes, I will be on Nick's stream later today. I will be on Nick's stream later today, I think from around 2:15. Yeah, 2:15, so in about 2 hours from now, roughly, a little over 2 hours. So look out for that, guys, if you are free. But I'm going to stick around the extra few minutes to see what happens with the news with you guys. Again, don't have any skin in the game for this one, so it's not as interesting as yesterday's, but we'll see what happens with pound. The rate's about to come out in a couple of minutes. And if we see anything other than 5%, then things will get interesting for pound. If it is 5%, yeah, not going to expect too much there at all. We are leaving some wicks there for the yen pairs. They're having some trouble pushing up. Nothing yet in terms of shorts though. I hope he pays you well for this. Mate, he pays me in he pays me with a platform, to be honest, because Nick has a much bigger channel than mine, much bigger channel. So I appreciate him giving me the opportunity to be on his channel because yeah, the channel size between mine and his is very big. Hold or cut, what do you guys predict? I'm gonna say hold. Consensus is hold. Always got to back the consensus. Always got to back the consensus. Although yesterday consensus was 5.25 for the US and they dropped it a little bit more. What's up, Casperia? Welcome to the stream. It has been a minute. I hope you are well. I'm doing good, my man. I hope you are doing good as well. I've got a few seconds before the news comes out. Okay, you're in this VIP group in Discord with a lifetime membership. Damn, fair play. Your Nick's your part of Nick's membership. Did not know that. Oh, that's a big push up. Yeah, the rates come out the same, 5%. So yeah, no change, no change. So pound might be a bit strong, but I'm not expecting anything crazy here, to be honest. No, I haven't managed to watch Nick's pod. I haven't managed to watch Nick's pod. I keep forgetting about that. Is it good, Holy One? Is it worth the watch? That's how I found you. Oh, okay, by watching Trader Nick hit the jackpot. Appreciate it, my man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, again, you know, Nick's channel is a lot bigger than mine, so he will introduce a lot of people to my channel. So yeah, I'm very grateful for that because you know, channels my size compared to his don't normally collaborate in the YouTube world. Probably can join too, although he probably let you in for free. Yeah, I think he's offered in the past, I think. No way, you started watching Nick because of me. Damn, it went the other way as well. But I think I'm net positive though. I think I've had more people come to me than I've sent people to Nick. So I think I'm net positive. Okay, good. No flashiness, just raw experience. That's good. Yeah, I'll probably give it a watch. I say that, but I've got a million things to do. If I can do it by the weekend, remind me tomorrow because I can do it on the weekend. Yeah, that's why I like Nick as well because he's got such a big channel, and you know, especially in the FX world, to get a big channel with that following, you've had to show about 10 different Lamborghinis and about 68 different APs to get to that stage. So the fact that Nick's got such a big following and he stayed true to that through the beginning to the end, I think is, you know, hats off to him, especially. Quite impressive because everyone else with channels his size is not like Nick at all. But yeah, pound is pretty bullish. Pound is pretty bullish. How's pound yen doing? Yeah, it's looking pretty bullish as well. Pound CAD, what we saying? Looking bullish. Euro pound. Oh, that's not looking too good right there. Pound seat chef looking really bullish. I was talking about some sales with this one. I mean, I'm waiting for the 4 hour bearish engulfing, but yeah, of course, if it breaks out like that, there is no trade for me to take. But fake outs do exist, so I'll keep an eye out for it. But yeah, safe to say pound is pushing. I wasn't expecting this, to be fair. I knew we had a bit of a push to the upside, but this is pretty big for the rates to stay the same and come out as expected. But yeah, pound's loving life at the moment right now. Don't forget the party on the yacht video. So true. The classic. Just another day in life, essentially. I wake up. I've got a party on the yacht in the morning. I've got a party on the yacht in the afternoon. And then I've got another party on the yacht in the evening. And that sums up my day. So yeah, it's impressive that Nick's that big without doing any of that. Anyway, guys, we have come up to the end of the stream. As I said, I will be live again later on his channel around 2:15 UK time. So if you guys are free, feel free to say hi and we can chat about some stuff. Again, for me, the main focus for me is shorting the yen pairs. So that's what I'm looking at. I think I've missed the boat with the USD pairs. They're pushing up now. And yeah, the pullbacks have left the station. So for me, the focus shifted to the yen pairs. Looking for some shorts at the moment. They're still really bullish. So nothing for me to do now, but we'll be keeping a close eye for the rest of the week and, of course, going to next week as well. But guys, appreciate you guys coming onto the stream. Of course, if you have enjoyed it, please be sure to gold's pulling back. Please be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and of course, make sure you do go and hit the bell so you don't miss on any streams uploads in the future. Make sure you join the Discord to Elevating Traders, completely free to join. The link to that is up at the top of the chat. Discount opportunities there will be available at launch, so if you are interested, make sure you go check it out. But guys, really appreciate you tuning in. Have a great day. If I don't see you later today, I hopefully see you tomorrow. If not, have a great end of the week, and I'll catch you all in the next one.